Alright, so let's take a closer look at this Artillery Sidewinder X1. So it's a very large printer. If you guys can see it's in there on the table. You can judge it by that little plant behind there. But it's definitely huge, and it's a 300 by 300 by 400. So very tall. And not only that, we have a spool holder up there. So let's go ahead and start with this spool holder. So this is how it sits. And it has bearings. It rolls very easily here. And we do have our filament detection right here. So if we come around on this side, we can see that we have dual Z rods there. And not only that, we have a belt that connects them here on the top with pulleys. So that's quite unique. So if one spins, the other one spins with it. And so they both always travel the same distance, which I think is quite important to keep, this level. So as we come down here, we can see this is the bushings here for the Z rods, and they're quite unique. And the unique part about them is that they kind of just, you can see that the bushing is not actually connected to anything. So and these are 3D printed, and there's like a little spacer in there too. So the cool part about this is that you'll never have Z rod binding, because your rod here and the bushing is quite free and it's never forced. So it always could, move around in there. So that seems like a pretty interesting way to go, and maybe the best way, to be honest, because Z-rod binding does happen, and that's what gives you those weird layers in the print. And so this is what the couplers are here on both ends. They're the flexible ones. And then our motors here. And so one of the things that really stand out about this printer is these really thick channels here. This is a very large channel. I guess it's a 20 by 80 maybe, or I'm not sure exactly what they are, but they're huge. So quite unique for sure. And the X-axis has it in the Y here, which looks really, really tough. And I know the bed will be very stable on this thing also. So that's a huge plus for this printer right here. So let's go ahead and take a look on this side here. So it looks like here we have the X-axis motor that drives this belt, moves the hot end assembly. And there's a little circuit board here, or not a circuit board, I guess a junction board. And this is where all the cables are kind of routed. So you got the main cable coming in here from the bottom and around to here. And then they've got another cable coming out of it and going to the hot end. And then here we also have the X-axis switch and then the X-axis motor. And there's a little jumper here. The cable management on this printer is just awesome. It almost feels like it doesn't have cables. And so here is our hot end, and this is, something that I've never seen before because I'm kind of new to 3D printing, but it looks like it has quite an interesting extruder. So it is a direct drive. So we have everything in one here. So our motor is actually inside that cover, and that's where our ribbon cable also plugs in, and all the wiring separates from there. But it looks like it's a some sort of geared extruder here. I think the Soway SW-X1 had something similar to this, but it was all encased. So here's our heat break fan, looks like, and this is our blower fan for the part cooling. And underneath here we can see our heater block. I'm not sure exactly what kind that is, but we have little wires here sticking out. And also, guys, if you could see that, there's that LED light right there. So the one that came in the pouch was actually an extra one. Interesting. So the duct is 3D printed. It looks like it kind of just blows down right here. So hopefully it'll do a pretty good job in cooling. And so here's another angle from the other side. So the good thing about direct drives, or at least what I hear, is that you can print flexible filaments with ease because you're pushing filament right next to the hot end, or right at it, I guess. So you're never going to have a bind. And also, guys, this fan looks a little bit larger than what I normally see, so that's quite nice, and hopefully that's what we need to get that good airflow going. Alright, so let's look at the bed here. So the bed is glass, but it has a coating. See if I can zoom in here, guys, for you. Hopefully there you can kind of see that it's perforated. It's got like little dimples in it, and I'm guessing that's for releasing the print. So when it heats up, it should stick good, and then when it cools down, it should just pop off. So that's the whole idea, I think, behind this type of bed. And because it's glass, it should be quite flat. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this sticker here, because I don't think that needs to be there. And so as I was removing the sticker, I noticed this here. So Artillery is changing their name to Even Nova. So I'm guessing because of the issues that they have probably with shipping and things like that, people think it's offensive, the Artillery name, but I don't know why. It's actually quite a cool name, and we can see it here, right here. So hopefully that won't hurt them too much changing names, because that usually, results in a little bit of confusion. So we are in the bottom and the back, and we can see there's our Y-axis switch, and then our motor right there running on this very nice extrusion here, and there's our tensioner and the belt being right here. So to the left of the printer we have the screen. Let's go ahead and pull this off, and it's quite a nice screen. Kind of pops out a bit, So here we have a USB connection and a micro USB. So they do give you two options here, but they did include the USB flash drive for this. So that's quite nice. I definitely like that. And if we keep going on this side, we can see that there's a little fan here. Well, actually it's not a fan, it's just a vent hole, and the rest of it's quite clean. And you can see the low profile of this thing, and it looks quite attractive. And we already talked about the bed a bit. It is an AC bed with insulation, and we also get really nice little knobs over there on the bottom. Alright, and so if we go to the right side of the printer, looks like here we have some venting holes, and we have the USB printer plug here to the computer. Alright, so that's about it over here. And if we keep going, we come to the back, and here we can see we have a switch, and it looks like we're also fused, and this is where our cable will go in. This is where the wiring comes out for the heated bed. Here we can see a sticker that says warranty. Basically it says warning, warranty void if seal broken. And this is one of the reasons why I haven't popped it back open yet, to show you guys the inside, because I want to make sure this thing works all good before I do that. So on this printer, we're going to look at the electronics of it on the update video. And if we keep going here, we can see the manufacturing sticker and all the specs of this printer. Alright guys, and I think that's pretty much it for the printer. So let's go ahead and plug it in the back. Let's hit the power button and we'll see what happens. Very nice logo there. Wow, beautiful screen. Alright, so the printer is on, and it's actually quite quiet. Wow guys, I really love the touch screen there. It's got a black background. They definitely did the right thing there. Alright, so this is how it starts up, and it looks like we have our hot end temperature, our bed temperature, and then our fan speed there. So we got tools, set, and print. I guess let's go through the menu right quick so we can see what's on here. Click on tools here. So we have heat, extrude, move, home, level, change, and then more. Alright, if I click heat, so here we can heat things up, extrude. Wow, these are beautiful menus, and the touchscreen is really easy to use. So here we have home. I think if I click that, it's probably going to go home. Well, let's skip that for now. So here we can level the bed every point. Very cool. Change filament and more here. Oh, and this is where we can turn on our light. I guess let's try that. Okay, so it actually worked. So I pushed white. Okay, so the black one is off. White is on. Then we got red, green, and blue. Pretty cool. I guess I'll leave it on white. So that is quite unique that it has a light. Alright, so I guess that's everything. So the more is the light. Alright, so here's the moment of truth. Let's go ahead and click home. Okay, so there's a menu inside the menu of the home. So you can home all these axes. I guess we can do them one at a time. So let's go ahead and do the ones that should work because they were connected from the factory. So we got X here. Let's go with X. Okay, that's good. Let's go to Y. It moves quite fast. And now let's go for our Z, but I'm going to go to the back and get ready to turn it off. So let's do it. Okay, it's moving really fast. Okay, it worked. And we can see there our nozzle is just right.